Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Tuesday, 18th of February 2025. February 18th is celebrated as International Asperger's Day, Independence Day of the Gambia, and Parinirvana Day. It is also celebrated as the National Drink Wine Day in the United States. International Asperger's Day raises awareness about the Asperger syndrome, a developmental disorder on the autism spectrum. Independence Day of the Gambia celebrates the independence of the Gambia from the United Kingdom in 1965. Parinirvana Day, also celebrated as a Nirvana Day, it commemorates the death of Gautam Buddha. Now starting the news of analysis with the world news, including Delta Airlines plane crash in Canada. Here is what we know so far. Let's go ahead initially. United States banks are transporting gold from London to New York amid trade war fears. Watch passengers exit from the crashed Delta Airlines flight as it flips upside down at Canada's Toronto Pearson Airport. At least 18 injured after a Delta Airlines plane crash lands at Canada Airport flips upside down. European leaders held emergency talks, fearing that Trump has abandoned the age-old allies. Luigi Mangione shares the first public message since arrest in United Healthcare CEO killing. Now from the Hindu newspaper, Trump begins firing off FAA staff just weeks after a fatal DC plane crash. President Donald Trump left claps as Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk. The Trump administration has begun firing several hundred Federal Aviation Administration employees of pending staff on a busy travel weekend and just weeks after the federal mid-air collision near the Washington. The Trump administration has begun firing several hundred Federal Aviation Administration employees of pending staff on a busy travel weekend and just weeks after a January fatal mid-air collision at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Professional workers were targeted in the late night emails Friday, February 14, notifying them they had been fired. David Sparrow, president of the Professional Aviation Safety Specialists Union, and in a statement, who is Ganesh Kumar, the new chief election commissioner in India. File picture of the Ganesh Kumar assuming charge as election commissioner at the Election Commission of India in New Delhi on March 15, 2024. During his stint of the Union Home Ministry, Ganesh Kumar played a key role in implementing decisions following the abrogation of Article 370 of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. Election Commissioner Ganesh Kumar was appointed as the next Chief Election Commissioner on Monday, February 17, 2025. The Law Ministry said he is the first CEC Chief Election Commissioner to be appointed under a new law on the appointment of the members of the Election Commission. His term will be till January 26, 2029. Days before the Election Commission is expected to announce the next Lok Sabha election schedule. Ganesh Kumar, a 1988 batch former IAS Indian Administrative Service officer from the Kerala cadre, retired as a Union Corporation Secretary on January 31st, 2024. On the March 14, 2024, he was appointed Election Commissioner. During his stint in the Union Home Ministry, Mr. Kumar played a key role in the implementing decisions following the abrogation of Article 370 of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. His education career: after completing his BTech in Civil Engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, IIT Kanpur, he studied Business Finance in ICFAI, India, and Environmental Economics in HIID, Harvard University, United States. He has first worked in the Government of Kerala as a assistant collector of Iran Kolam, a sub-collector of the Adur, managing director of the Kerala State Development Corporation (CSD), municipal commissioner of the Corporation of the Cochin, besides holding other posts. The upcoming polls during his tenure as the 26th Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Kumar will oversee the Bihar Assembly polls later this year and Kerala and Pondicherry Assembly polls in the 2026. Similarly, he will oversee the Assembly polls in the Tamil Nadu and West Bengal, which are also due to the 2026. From Hindustan Times' point of view, who is Ganesh Kumar, the new Chief Election Commissioner, President Draupadi Murmu on Monday appointed Ganesh Kumar as the next Chief Election Commissioner. Ganesh Kumar will replace Rajiv Kumar, who will demit office on Tuesday after attaining the age of 65. Janish Kumar became the first Chief Election Commissioner to appointed to the post under the new law on the appointment of the election commissioners. Dr. Vivek Joshi, IAS of the 1989 batch, has been appointed as the election commissioner with the effect from the date of the assumes the charge of his office according to the announcement. Janish Kumar's name was finalized in the meeting of the election commission headed by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha. The committee met as the Prime Minister's office in the South Block earlier this evening. It recommended the name from among the candidates shortlisted by such committee. Janish Kumar is a Kerala cadre officer from the 1988 batch who retired as the Secretary of the Ministry of Corporation in the January last year. He was Secretary in the Amit Shah-led ministry from May 2022. Janish Kumar spent the 5 years in the Home Ministry, first as a Joint Secretary from May 2016 to September 2018, and then an Additional Secretary from September 2018 to April 2021. As the Additional Secretary, he headed the Jammu and Kashmir desk when Article 370 was abrogated in August month of 2019. According to the one government official, he would routinely accompany Shah to Parliament when the bill to nullify Article 370 was to be introduced. According to one government official, he would routinely accompany Shah to Parliament when the bill to nullify Article 370 was to be introduced. Janish Kumar, along with the Sukhbir Singh Sandhu, was appointed as the election commissioner in the March last year. He holds a B.Tech degree in civil engineering from the Indian Institute of Engineering in Kanpur. Kumar also studied business finance at the Institute of Chartered Financial Analysts of the India. RBI flag lapses behind New Delhi railway station stampede. Crowds of passengers seen at New Delhi railway station a day after the stampede. Two announcements 3 minutes apart about a Prayagraj-bound Kumbh special train, but mentioning different platforms may have sparked the deadly stampede that killed at least 18 at a New Delhi railway station on Saturday night. A report of the incident by Railway Protection Force said. The two announcements, the first one saying the train will leave from the platform 12 and the second platform 16, came just before what the report terms a stampede-like situation. The Sun has reviewed a copy of the report that refutes the Indian Railway version of events, which claims that there was no announcement regarding the platform number 16. The incident report prepared by the inspector in charge of our Railway Police Force and New Delhi Post mentions that after the announcements of the Kumbh special, passengers from the platform number 12, 13, 14 and 15 tried to reach the pedestrian bridge number 2 and 3 using the staircase, while passengers of the Magda Express and Uttar Sampark Kranti Express that were stationed on a platform number 14 and 15 over and off a Prayagraj Express, which was yet to arrive, were climbing down the staircase due to the jostling as some passengers fell and were trampled by others. Now, going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, Delhi hopes for some tariff easing as it works on the United States trade agreement. On the reciprocal tariffs, where the United States have announced plans to match high tariffs in the partner country, including India, the official said that New Delhi is awaiting clarity on its impact as the United States Commerce Secretary is expected to get with details by April 1st. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during a meeting with the United States President Donald Trump at the White House in the Washington, D.C., USA, Union External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and the NSA Doval are also seen. Profit booking leading FII's second is to sell investments yielding good returns. Finance Minister says foreign investors have been relentlessly selling domestic equities since the beginning of the 2025. So far, till February 17, they have offloaded rupees 1.04 lakh crore of the local shares. Finance Secretary Tuhin Kantapani said foreign investors keeping moving their investments depending upon where they want to park their funds. Now, going to the science and tech, we have FDA staff renewing Elon Musk's Neuralink, were included in DOGE employee firing, sources say. The loss of roughly 20 employees will hamper the agency's ability to quickly and safely process medical device applications of all the sports. United States Food and Drug Administration employs reviewing Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink were fired over the weekend, according to these two sources with the knowledge of the matter. United States Food and Drug Administration employs reviewing Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink were fired over the weekend as a part of the broader purge of the federal workforce, according to the two sources with the knowledge of the matter. The cuts, including about 20 people in the FDA's Office of Neurological and Physical Medicine, devices several of whom worked in Neuralink, according to the two sources who asked not to be identified because of the fear of professional repercussions. That division includes reviewers who are seeing clinical trial applications by Neuralink and other companies making so-called brain-computer interface devices, the sources said. What is the Aravalli Safari Park project? Here is an explanation. A sunrise is seen against the Aravalli mountain range in Ajmer in the Rajasthan on December 16, 2022. Across how many villages is the proposed project going to spread across? Or why has several retired forest service officers written a letter to the Prime Minister urging him to scrap the project? The story is so far. The Haryana government's ambitions 3,858 hectare Aravalli Safari Park project to spread across Gurugram and No, which was one of the poll promises of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party last year, is envisaged to be the world's largest safari park. However, the project has faced stiff opposition ever since it was first mooted. What is the project? As per the tender invited by the Haryana Tourism Department, the proposed Aravalli Safari Park will have animal cages, guest houses and hotels, restaurants, auditoriums and animal hospital, a children's park, botanical garden, aquariums, cable cars, a tunnel walk with exhibits, an open-air theater and eatery areas. The project has now been transferred to the Forest Department and an expert committee has been set up to oversee it. Of the total 3,858 hectares proposed in the tender, 2,574 will be spread across 11 villages in the Gurugram and the remaining 1,284 in No across its 7 villages. Lighten the pollution burden of thermal power states. The thermal power as the dominant share in India's electricity basket. Thermal power producing states need to be well compensated for bearing the burden of pollution while supplying electricity to power consuming states. In its first update to nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change UNFCCC. In August month of 2022, India has committed to first adopting the climate-friendly and cleaner path to the economic development, second reducing the emissions intensity of its GDP by 45% over by 2030 from the 2005 level, and the third achieving about 50% cumulative electric power install capacity from the non-fossil fuel-based energy resources by 2030, along with the other 6 commitments. Currently, thermal power has the dominant shares in India's electricity basket. Under the new regime, thermal power plant will also have a 50% share. MiFi launched Storm 1100X external SSD for the creators and gamers in India. MiFi launches Storm 1100X external SSD for creators and gamers in India. Storm 1100X has a sequential read speed of 1100 MB per second and write speeds of 10,000 MB per second. MiFi recently launched a joint venture JDV between the India's Micromax and the Taiwanese company Pizon. On Monday, February 17, 2025, launched its first consumer product of the Storm 1100X external SSD in India. The storage solution targets creators, gamers, and professionals. Storm 1100 SSD is compatible with Windows XP and later Mac OS 10.8 and later and Linux kernel 2.4.10 and later. The Storm 1100X and has a sequential read speed of 1100 MB per second and write speed of 1000 MB per second. It comes with a USB 3.2 general to Type-C with a transfer speed of 10 GB per second, while you having backward compatibility with the USB 3.2 Gen 1, USB 2.0 and USB 1.1. Research discoveries ancient Egyptian remains smell nice. In this undated photo provided by the Abdul Razak Al Neger, I'm a Pelon PhD student at the University of Ljubljana, set up active air sampling with the sorbent tubes and pumps. Researchers hope to use their findings to develop smell caps to artificially recreate the scents they detected and enhance the experience of future museumers. At the first whiff, it sounds repulsive, sniff the essence of an ancient corpse. But researchers who indulged their curiosity in the name of science found that well-preserved Egyptian mummies actually smell pretty good. In the films and books, terrible things happen to those who smell mummified bodies, said Cecilia Bambiri, director of the research at University College London Institute of Sustainable Heritage. We were surprised at the pleasantness of them, woody, spicy, and sweet. But the leading descriptions from what sounded more like a wine tasting than a mummy sniffing exercise. Floral notes were also detected, which could be from the pine and juniper resins used in embalming. Killer India Winter Games in Gulmarg are postponed due to insufficient snow. In the Kashmir Valley, tourists are seen at snow-covered ski resort Gulmarg on the February 11, 2025. Gulmarg was scheduled to hold the snow events including alpine skiing, Nordic skiing, and sky mountaineering and snowboarding. The second leg of the fifth Kelo India Winter Games is scheduled to begin in the Gulmarg on Saturday, that is February 17, 2025, has been postponed due to the insufficient snow in the region. The new dates for the event will be announced when one of the weather improves and a fresh assessment is completed. Jammu and Kashmir leg for the Kelo India Winter Games has been postponed as Sports Ministry source told the PTI. Gulmarg was scheduled to hold snow events including alpine skiing, Nordic skiing, sky mountaineering, and snowboarding. Leh hosted the first phase of the games in which ice events, hockey, and skating took place from the January 23 to 27. At last, there is a famous personality from India who was Rabindranath Tagore, anglicized as Rabindranath Tagore. Birth anniversary 87 May 1861, after 7 March 1941. Was an Indian Bengali polymath who worked as a poet, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and the painter of the Bengal Renaissance. He reshaped Bengali literature and music as well as Indian art with the contextual modernism in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Author of the profoundly sensitive, fresh, and beautiful poetry of Gitanjali in 1913, Tagore became the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in any branch, in any category, and also the first lyricist to win the Nobel Prize in literature. Tagore's poetic songs were vivid as spiritual and mercurial, while his elegant prose and magical poetry were widely popular in the Indian subcontinent. He was fellow of the Royal Asiatic Society, referred to as the Bard of the Bengal. Tagore was known by sobriquets Gurudev, Kobi Guru, and Biswa Kobi. A Bengali Brahmin from Calcutta with the ancestral gentry roots in the Burdwan district, and Jessore Tagore wrote poetry at an 8-year-old. At the age of 16, he released his first substantial poems under the pseudonym Banusma Sunlight, which were seized upon the literary authorities as long lost classics. By his 1877, he graduated into his first short stories and dramas published under his real name as a humanist, universalist, internationalist, and erudite critic of nationalism. He denounced the British Raj and advocated the independence from the Britain. As an exponent of the Bengal Renaissance, he advanced a vast canon that comprised paintings, sketches, and doodles, hundreds of texts, and some 2,000 songs. His legacy also endures in his founding of Visva Bharati University. Tagore modernized Bengali art by spanning rigid classical forms and resisting linguistic strictures. His novels, stories, songs, dramas, and essays spoke to the topics political and personal. Gitanjali song offering, Gora, Fairface, and Carry Bray, The Home and the World are his best known works, and his verse, short stories, novels are acclaimed or panned for their lyricism called Creolism, naturalism, and unnatural contemplation. His compositions were chosen by the two nations as national anthems, India's Jana Gana Mana and Bangladesh Lamar Sonar Bangla, the Sri Lanka. National anthem was also inspired by his work. His song Bangla Mati Bangla Chol has been appointed as the state anthem of the West Bengal. Rabindranath Tagore says a very famous quotation. He says that it is very simple to be happy, but it is very difficult to be simple. Okay, thank you.